Hi, this is Angel Valdez for Full Sail University. Basically, we can see right here the flow chart for the week 3 requirements. We can see the start of the diagram, and then we land into the display page where we can see the list of all the fruits, and we have multiple possibilities from that page. We can add a new fruit by entering the name, color, and image, and doing a post. And if it is a post, it's going to insert that new fruit onto the database. If it is not a post, it will completely ignore it and go back to the list. Now, we can also, well, initially the page will do a get all from the database and display the list of fruits. And for every fruit, it will create a table row with the name, the color, and the image URL. We can see also that we can delete a fruit by clicking on the delete button. And basically what that will do is we'll get the specific fruit ID. First, it will confirm that you're sure that you want to delete that record, and then it will get the ID and do a connection and actually do a delete of the fruit on the table. We can also update a fruit by clicking on the update button on a fruit. That will navigate to the update page. It will allow you to, it will actually go into the database, get the name, color, and image from the database for that fruit ID. It will put it on the screen for you, and it will allow you to go and change it, modify the values. And then after that, when you click on save, it will update the new values on the database. And then finally, we also have on the same initial page, we have a display random fruit, which is the daily fruit. And basically what it does is it's going to connect to an API and get a random fruit from the database. So we have the diagram with the legend, and now we're going to talk about the pseudocode. You can see right here the pseudocode for the different actions the user can do. Initially, to display all the fruits, we make a connection to the database, we prepare the select all statement, we execute the statement, we fetch all the records, and then for each record, for each fruit, we'll display a table row with the name, color, and image URL and the actions. We also have a display fruit of the day section on the page that is going to make the connection and only select one randomly selected record to display that image of a daily fruit. We could also add a new fruit by entering the name, color, and image URL, and then when we click on the add button, it will validate that the required fields are all valid, and if they are valid, it will continue and make a connection to the database and insert the record and display the results again on the screen with the new record. If we choose to delete, it will confirm the deletion and basically get the fruit ID, make the connection, prepare the statements, execute it, and navigate back to the display of fruits page so we can see that the fruit is no longer on the list. And similarly with the update fruit, it will select the record ID, will navigate to the update page, will make a connection to the database, get the information for that specific fruit ID. After that, it will populate the controls on the page, it will allow me to make any changes that I want, and then when I click on save, it will submit the changes, validate the data, the required data, make a connection to the database, update the database, and then navigate back to the display of fruits. So now what we're going to see is the database. You can see the database structure with a new column fruit image, and we can also see some data in the database. So going back again onto the actual application code, we can see right here the fruit page. Right here it is. Basically, what as you can see is just having a form that allows me to add a new fruit with a couple of input controls on the bottom. Then it goes through and creates a table with a heading, and then it goes and opens a connection to the database, and right here, and it does a select all fruits from the database. It executes that, and for every fruit, it's going to go through and create a table row with the different information for that specific fruit, as well as the action buttons. If I happen to click on the submit button, you can see right here that if it is a post for the submit button, then it's going to get the values from the screen. and execute an insert statement and insert the record onto the database, and then go back and refresh the screen again to reflect the new fruit. Similarly, if I click on the delete button, for example, it will get, well, first it will confirm that you're sure that you want to delete. It will get the ID, navigate to the delete page, which is this one, and we can see right here that we're getting the ID from the global get, and then it's gonna compose the delete statement with ID parameter and execute it and navigate back to the fruits page. Similarly with the update, if I'm doing an update, again, I'm getting the ID from the global variable. I'm composing first a select statement with the ID to display the records on the screen, the value for the currently selected fruit that we want to update. And if I happen to actually click on submit, I change the data and I click on submit, then it will take those values from the page and pass it on to this statement that will connect to the database, execute the statement, and update those values in the database. We can see the HTML down here for the form. When it's done, it will navigate back to the fruits page to reflect the new changes. We also have a session for on the main page that will display a randomly selected fruit image. So we have the fruit get page that is going to connect to the database and return a JSON value of a randomly selected image. And then we have this other ads page that will take that value and it will display that into an image element on HTML, so you will actually see the image. So let me show you now how everything works on the browser. I'm gonna go on to the actual application. You can see my application right here with my randomly selected image. If I wanted to add a new fruit, I can enter a new fruit name. I'm just gonna enter, probably I have already all kind of fruits, but I'll just try, I don't know, a tangerine or something new, so we can see that it's a different fruit. The color is gonna be orange, again new, so we can see that it's a new one. And I am just going to steal the image from this other tangerine, so we don't waste any time looking for images on the internet. So right there you see that the new record at the bottom, the tangerine new, is added. If I wanted to, I could delete it. It's confirming, are you sure that you want to delete it? If I click cancel, it will not delete it. If I click on OK, it will go through and delete it and update the records on the screen. If I choose the other tangerine and I click on update, it will load the record, the values, and it will allow me to modify the values and go back to the main screen to reflect the new changes. Of course, if I refresh, before you had a different fruit probably here, but if I refresh, I will get a new fruit. Now I have, I guess, a tangerine or an orange, and you see that every time that I refresh, I get a new fruit. We can see it clearly here by going directly to the fruit get PHP, that every time that I refresh, it's returning now a banana. If I refresh, it's returning a grape with a color and the image URL. And of course, if I go to the ads.php page that is calling this other fruits get page, it's actually going to load the JSON value and load the image of the new fruit. So the entire composition of all that combined together is right here in this application. Hope you guys like it, and thank you very much.